Good evening. This is Miss V with topics on what's hot and what's not in multicultural psychology. In our previous session, we started to address the father's position, who is a white man married to an African American woman. We started out talking about positive and negative reinforcements. In today's segment, I would like to address whipping versus spanking. Now, we all, no matter what culture you are from, what ethnic group or background, have experienced when our babies are young and they're getting ready to touch something, say a stove, that we will tap them on the hand and say, no, no, that's hot. Now, spanking is, believe it or not, universal. There are cultures that date back to the Indians that have spanked their children. But we did distinguish whipping from spanking. Whipping is corporal punishment. That is when you are using a belt, a switch, some type of object. Now, the dad's position was the positive negative reinforcement, and we discussed that in the previous segment. Now, today I want to address parenting styles because depending on your parenting style would also have a great influence on how you discipline. Now, there are several theories on parenting styles. The one that I particularly like, the one that's the most popular, is Ainsworth's parenting styles. And in this particular style, you have what we call neglectful parenting. These are parents who provide the necessities, the shelter, the food, the clothing, but do not give the child the emotional and the compassion and the support needed for them to develop into functioning individuals in society. Then you have the passive parent. These also produce maladaptive adults because the passive parent is so busy being the friend of the child that at some point the roles reverse and the child takes on the responsibility of the parent while the parent is wanting to be the friend to the child. Then you have what most African Americans have, and that is authoritarian. The authoritarian parenting is do what I say, I am the parent, no questions asked, high expectations, severe consequences if instructions are not followed. Now, the one that has been quoted throughout psychology as being the most effective is the authoritative. Yes, you set standards. Yes, there are disciplines that are imposed on the child, but you also sit down with the child and you explain and express why there was need for discipline, and you talk with the child, you give them the opportunity to explain their actions. So it sounds like to me that this particular couple need to decide on a parenting style first. And if mom is authoritarian and dad is more authoritative, then maybe they can find some common boundaries in there. Whereas mom lets dad deal with the discipline, mom could also, because we parent the way that we have been parented. And up until around 30 years of age, you tend to parent the way that you were parented. So it could possibly be that mom and dad need to sit down and maybe seek counseling on their parenting styles and go into maybe some family counseling and therapy. I would advise strongly that mom and dad go to counseling first and for right now, this is all that we have time for. But I would love for you to subscribe to my network, and we will be covering many, many more topics like this. So for now, if you would like to drop me a few lines with any questions, you can go to my website at kvmotivationalcorp.com, and there is a box there where you can leave me your comments, and I will be more than happy to address them. Have a great evening. Until next time.